We're super excited that you guys are here. We are really excited about this webinar because we get to tell you about something that's new and exciting. Some of you may have already gotten this going and gotten it downloaded, but we are talking all about our brand new BombBomb mobile app. Our team has spent months and months and months building this thing so that it's seamless for you, so that it works really well. We're listening to the questions and requests we get from you guys and trying to interpret those and bring those into the mobile app. And we're just really excited to talk about it. I think this is so pertinent right now. And Alicia, you and I had talked about this a little bit because this is, again, we're in this weird kind of flux state, right? We've been in quarantine, whatever level that means, for the last couple of months. And now sanctions are starting to loosen. I know that varies everywhere you go. Every state's different, every country's different. But what that's starting to mean is that we're starting to be able to get out of our houses a little bit. You're starting to get back into your store if you've got a brick and mortar store, or get back into the office. You're allowed to do some showings if you're in real estate, right? We're getting a little bit more of these capabilities. Well, the reason we're so excited to talk about our new mobile app is because we want to make sure you know that you can continue this communication that you've been doing the last couple of weeks. We can keep that going, right? Just because we're out of our house and not sitting at our desk doesn't mean we can't still be awesome and really effective at this. So that's why I'm just absolutely thrilled about the timing of this, about the rollout of the new mobile app. So we're going to cover a lot of that. We're also going to talk about, and Matt is going to absolutely kill this part, we're going to talk about add-ons for your phone. He's got all these cool gadgets, all this fun stuff. I go bug him all the time when we're in the office. Look, he's already showing you, he's holding some up. But we get questions a lot about what extra things can I add to my phone to make my recordings the best possible, or to make it look well. So we're gonna cover that and make sure you guys know some of those sort of things. We've also compiled a couple of quick tips about things specific to recording from your phone. So we're gonna go over that. Again, it's not all about just having the right stuff. It's about you knowing the right things to do, right? And so we're here to train on a lot of that. And then we're gonna show you an example as well of somebody who it's just a great mobile example. Yeah. You're gonna see this is very consistent with everything BombBomb that we talk about. It's not the fanciest video you've ever seen. And that's why it's so great, because it's real, it's honest. So we just want to give you a real life example. After we've compiled a bunch of information on you, we want to show it to you in action so you know exactly how to go from there. So is there anything I missed on there, Alicia, or does that feel like we kind of covered everything?
So I think we're good to go. Let's roll into it. So to kick us off here, dun, da, 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 our new mobile app. Now, I already see questions in the Q&A about confusion over the app. So let's just start at the top right here, okay? So we did have two different mobile apps for a while. We had the BombBomb Classic, which was a bomb icon with the black background. One of the things we did to try and solve some of the frustrations that our customers had with the Classic app was we also launched an app called the Inbox app, which was, it had a white background, it had an envelope looking type mail icon, and that was our Inbox app. So what we've done in this new updated app is we've taken the things that our clients loved about Inbox and combined them into this app with a facelift and some other cool functionality. So you do not need the Inbox app. I've seen a couple people saying that they have multiple BombBomb apps on their phone now. Which one is it? And all of that. You just want the regular BombBomb app. If you go to the App Store, anyone know, is it still listed as BombBomb Classic, or is it just...
You know what? I'll look that up right now just to give a 100% answer on that, Alicia.
But I will tell you, it is an icon. It is a white background with the BombBomb logo, the gray bomb, and the orange little piece at the top of it. That is the one you want. If you already have the BombBomb app on your phone, you just want to make sure that you update it, right? You just need to update it, and then you should have the newest add-ons there. You don't need to download another app.
And I did just look it up for you, Alicia. So it looks like, just to add a little more confusion, both of the logos are exactly the same now. I don't know why, but they are both white with the little bomb logo. However, I don't think you guys can see this very well. The top one is going to only say BombBomb. That's the one that we're talking about today. If it says BombBomb Inbox, that's the other app that Alicia was referring to. So just look for the one that's only BombBomb, and then you'll have the right one for you.
And we've already submitted to have inbox removed from the App Store. It just takes time for Apple to do that. So we are completely removing inbox. So there is your starting point here, okay? BombBomb inbox, you know, here, this is how technology goes though, right? You iterate, you're trying to solve a problem, you realize, oh, we can do it this way. So here we are with a brand new BombBomb classic app. So let's just jump right into it and start showing some of the stuff here that's really cool. Matt, do you want to go ahead and share your screen on that and see if you can
let me go ahead and do that. So there we go.
Yeah, I'm so glad you addressed that to start out, Alicia, because that's a question that I know we get a lot, is like, how do I know which one I have and what's going on there? I'm seeing a lot of other questions in the Q&A section right now that we're going to answer as we go through this. So be patient if we haven't answered it perfectly. I see Matt's phone is up and running. So this is good news for everybody. So as you can see, he literally just logged into the mobile app. And this is one of the immediate changes that you're going to notice right away is your live camera comes on the second that you hop in. And I think that's really cool. You know, something that we pitch all the time is about quickness, right? Ease of use, get you in, record, get you out, that kind of thing. That's one of the things that we really took into consideration with this new app is how quickly can we get you to record? Yep. So you can see there's that record button on the bottom. Matt just turned it to landscape, so it may look a little sideways for you guys. But all you have to do when you're ready to record that video is hit that record button. It's that easy. So you open the app, hit one button, and you're good to go. So you get the countdown. Now, Alicia, I know you wanted to touch on this specifically. I'll let you talk about that for a second.
So here's the thing. The old mobile app had some problems, right? We're not going to pretend that it didn't have some problems. We're always working on fixing those problems. But one of the things that the old app did not consistently have was that countdown. So this has been fixed, and you will get that 3, 2, 1 countdown every time, even when you go to re-record. Because I don't know about y'all, but one of the most frustrating things that I dealt with on the old mobile app was when I was done recording, if I needed to re-record, sometimes when you push that re-record button, it would immediately start recording again and you didn't even have a time to set up. So on this new app, once you record your video, if you see there when Matt goes to that screen where it actually has the video preview, there is a re-record option up there. And if you click on that re-record option, it brings you right back to the screen where you can record. So that's the first thing. We made it easier and faster to record. I will tell you, I met with one of our product managers that was leading this mobile team today and has been getting all of the beta testing feedback. And she told me that the #1 piece of feedback she's been hearing from customers in that initial testing phase is how fast it is to record and upload. And they're really, really loving the speed of upload there. So good stuff.
Yeah, Matt, go ahead and stop that video because I want to talk everybody through some of the changes. There are some new things after you've recorded the video now that give you a couple options. We want to make sure we walk you through all of that sort of stuff. So one of the things here, as Matt's is continuing to upload the video, is right above the video, you'll see where it actually says mobile upload video, and then there's an edit button next to it. Now what that is this actually gives you a chance to name your video. I know it's probably ridiculous how excited I got about this option, but it's literally been like, oh, like one of those kind of things for me. And here's why it's really important, why I recommend this all the time. One, for those of you that record videos and reuse them time and time again, naming the video makes it so much easier to find that video, right? Rather than trying to scroll through your library another time and track it down, you can search for the name and find it. So that's one piece, is it allows you to reuse if you're doing evergreen videos or something that applies to multiple people. But the other thing that I love about this too is the tracking. When you name the video and you start to see some of the video tracking and some of those sort of things, it's going to show you the name of that video. And so now you can go, oh shoot, I don't remember, I saw a video play, but I don't remember what I sent. Well, if you name it something that's pertinent to that, now you know what engagement you're getting. And Matt actually just went back to the home screen. So this is what you'll look at right when you went. And at the very bottom, you can see that little kind of graph bars at the bottom right. That's what he clicked on. This is now where the tracking is going to be in the mobile app. So very consistent. It's going to show you the opens. It's going to show you the plays. It's going to show you the clicks, those consistent things that we've showed you for a while. So if you've been in your dashboard, if you've got Gmail, if you've got any of those, this is going to look extremely familiar to you. We switched over to this live fire feed. It's not what it used to look like in the mobile app because we don't want to have different experiences in different places. So that familiarity hopefully is like a, oh, that's great. I already know how to read this kind of situation for you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead, Alicia.
So the tracking will help you be a little bit more consistent here as well, because this mobile tracking, like Kevin said, looks exactly like your other Gmail tracking. So we've got some consistency in there. Matt, do you want to take us back to the recording screen, not the recording screen, but after you've recorded one, or do you want to grab a video? Let's do that if you want.
I'll just grab a video in the video library.
Oh, this works just as well.
I think Matt just likes seeing his face with that countdown. I think he just enjoys that. It feels like intense and dramatic.
It's cool. It's a nice upgrade.
That's right. So there we go. It appeared there. So a couple more buttons here down at the bottom that should look pretty new. So the first one is the text option. We've put it really clearly right there with the email option. Same as always though, when you click on that text option, it's going to take the video file and put it into your native texting function, okay? We autofill a little line of text there that says, I recorded a quick video for you, but you can change that. Just make sure you don't change any of the actual video code piece. But again, over text, we have very little control as to how it displays to the end user. I just want to be really, really clear on this. So for example, if Kevin and we both have iPhones. If I were to text him a video right now, it's going to display the video thumbnail because Kevin and I have a text relationship. Our service providers, Apple, recognizes that we have texted each other before, and they will display that video thumbnail in a clickable format. However, if I am texting a video to a client that I have never engaged with before, it's just going to display a link. So you always want to make sure that you add text with that, okay? Now you can just use our standard, I recorded you a video, click to play, or you might want to make it a little bit more personal. Hey, Kevin, I recorded a quick video to introduce myself to you, press play. Right? So you definitely always want to set that up so they know exactly what it is. So that text function takes you right back into your native texting function.
And that's not much different than the old app, right, Alicia? I mean, that works pretty much exactly the same. So if you were using that before, you're not going to see any differences there.
Yep, exactly. And I just saw that roll through on chat again. So let me be really clear. We autofill a line of text that says, I recorded a video for you, click to play. You can change that. You don't have to include that. You just want to make sure when you go into your edit screen there that you don't edit the video code, because then it breaks the code. All right. So good. That's important there. So let's go back to that other screen there where we saw that text option, because now we see two different email options. So the first email option there that's in blue, that's right next to the text option, this is going to get you a video into your native mail app on your phone, much like Inbox did, okay? So this is where we're combining that piece of Inbox that our clients loved and bringing it back all into one app. So as you saw Matt work through that, he clicked on that email option. He actually clicked on the Gmail app for his phone, and it may have broken the screen share, but that's all right.
We'll see what happens after this. All right, we're back.
So again, if he clicks on that email option, the one that's right next to text in blue, this is going to give you the option to take that video link and pop it into your native mail app on your phone. So it's not going through the BombBomb servers. Mm-hmm. It's not coming as a third-party sender. It's going inside of your native mail app. Now, what does that mean, Kevin? We've got a couple things there that means.
It means a couple things, yeah.
So
yeah, go ahead.
First is branding, right?
Yeah. So And that's, I think this is a good kind of the number one question we get about the differences in these email buttons really comes with that. And I've even seen a couple in the Q&A. Can I send with my template? Can I do that sort of thing? Yes, you can. However, that's going to dictate which of these buttons you click on, right? So if you click on the blue one, that middle one that says email that Alicia's been talking about, that's not going to have your branding on it. This is going to be very similar to if you were using our inbox app before, right? It's going to put a link in the email. It's just going to be whatever your normal signature is on your Gmail or on your Outlook or whatever email provider you use. If you do want your branding, the email with BombBomb template is right there, right? So that is an option. This is going to allow you to actually send with your normal template. It'll allow you to choose different ones if you want to, but it's always going to go to that default one. So if you've gotten one designed for you, it's set as your default. That will be the one that automatically goes when you click the email with the BombBomb template.
Yep.
So that's absolutely an option. So that's definitely one of the big differences there.
Yep. So I think one of the other things that's important to point out about this is that, you know, we do our best to get our tech into all of these different locations that you are working in, but it's not always going to look exactly the way we want it in someone else's environment. So for example, if you use this email option from your phone that's going to pop it into your native mail client, it's going to be a link. Okay, I want to be really, really clear for you guys about that. That when you use this email option, it's going to take this link and it's going to pop it into your native mail client easily, but it's not going to have the big thumbnail image. So again, you want to make sure that you're really clear about putting text with that link to let them know exactly what it is. Now, I've gotten a few of these from clients this past week, which the truth is I love it because I'm so glad that I can tell they're using their app. But because they're just sending it to me and they know that I probably know what it is, I've gotten a couple emails from clients that I open up and it literally just has the BombBomb link, video link in it, okay? Now this works great because it was me, but if you're sending this to a client, you really wanna make sure that you're following best practices. You're using a line of text to tell them why they want to play that video and you're driving the action towards it.
Which honestly, this is a good rule of thumb whenever you're sending video. I don't care what medium you're sending it through, how the video is showing up. If you're sending it through BombBomb, always add some text. Always have that text say, hey, take a look at the video, right? Always drive them to that video. So that's just a good rule in general, but definitely more important when you've got just the link there. Yeah. I do want to answer a question that's a little bit of a different direction too, because I've seen it come up in the Q&A 3 or 4 times now. I think because Matt just recorded his video with his phone just the way he did, we've been getting a lot of the horizontal versus vertical question, and that's great. We get these questions all the time. Yes, if you're doing it through an email, if you're sending video through email, we always recommend turning your phone to landscape, right? We want it to be long like that. And really the reason is because of the way that it formats that video into the email. If you keep it tall, people have to scroll up and down to see the whole video. When you turn it sideways, like what Matt just did there, it just makes it nice and clean in the email itself. So yes, to answer that, if you're ever doing email, you're always gonna wanna turn it. Now that's not a universal rule of thumb. You know, if you're doing it on some different mediums and stuff, and Matt, you'll probably have some input on this as well. There may be times when you wanna record vertically if you're sharing it. And this kind of takes us to that third button there, of the share button. So that third blue one, I know this opens up a world of possibilities. So this is a great button. So go ahead and click on that share button, Matt. What you guys are going to see is that this opens up all of the apps on your phone that can possibly take this in. So it's going to be different for everybody, right? If you've got LinkedIn, if you've got Facebook, if you've got social media, if you've got all sorts of different things, you can see Matt scrolling through a bunch of his right now. Slack, if you're using it for internal communication, right? Your Gmail, your reminders, you can literally save these links and put these in almost anything.
Yeah. So let's talk about a few of these, okay? So number one, Facebook Messenger. I know a lot of our clients do business and prospecting on Facebook. They're collecting leads, they're meeting people. So Facebook Messenger has a built-in video functionality. But here's the thing. With Facebook Messenger, you only get 20 seconds. And then if you wanted to record a 1-minute video, you're sending 3 20-minute segments. Kind of irritating. Sorry, I'm trying to keep the dog happy. Let him out when he wants to go before he starts barking. So Facebook Messenger, for example, this is a great place. If you want to record a video and send a video to a client, you can do it right there in your BombBomb app. Then you get that share option and you just pop it into Facebook Messenger, okay? WhatsApp. I know a lot of our Canadian real estate clients use WhatsApp a lot because they're communicating with international clients. You can take that video file and pop it in WhatsApp. Same thing with LinkedIn messaging, all right there from that share option. So really, really cool stuff there.
Well, and we just got some exciting news yesterday as well that some of our developers shared with us. If you are sharing these links in LinkedIn in some of these different apps, it's now going to start showing the animated preview, which is a huge win. It's not just the link anymore. It's now going to show what you're seeing of Matt on his phone right now. That's amazing, right? Use that. We talk all the time about ways to use that first couple seconds of your video. That's a big win. That's going to really help you guys get that engagement. So just know that's kind of exciting new news that we literally just found out yesterday. So I was thrilled about that.
I see.
Are there any other apps you wanted to talk about, Alicia?
No, I think that's about it. I just, you want to think about those 3 different options there as where are you going to best communicate? Now, hopefully before you go to the app there, you already know how you're going to deliver this message, but it's all right there, easy for you to text, to email in your native email function there on your phone, or to share it in a connected app. And then you've got this last one, and this is your traditional BombBomb app send, the way the classic app would send, which means you can send with your custom branding, okay? You can send a template. You can also send to an entire list of people at one time. When you go to email with the BombBomb template, it's gonna give you the option of sending to a list just like you're used to before. So you can still send to that entire list. So I think, I feel like we covered it really clearly.
Hopefully.
But hopefully now you understand what all of those designations are in there. The last thing that we want to touch on with the new app is the keyboard. I think that's it, right?
Well, Matt, would you mind going back to the home screen on the app here real quick? I've seen a couple of questions that people have asked about, one, how you got to the tracking. So would you mind clicking on that tracking button at the bottom right here? So that's going to be on your home screen, and then you can scroll through your tracking just like normal. I've seen some questions about the numbers in the parentheses as well. That's the number of times that that person or those people interacted in that way with the email. So you can see he's got one that says open 3, open 21. That means his email was opened 21 times or 3 times. So just to clarify that number. Would you also click on the video library? We didn't show them that very much. That middle option on the bottom menu of your mobile app is your library. So this is the exact library that you're going to find in the web app, anywhere where you have access to all the videos that BombBomb is hosting for you. So you can reuse these videos. Now you can see there's that search option at the top. That goes back to the naming the video, right? If you name it, trust me, it's going to save you a heck of a lot of time in the long run. So Matt, go ahead and just choose one of your videos real quick. I just want to show them that once you do that, it's going to take you to a really familiar screen that we've showed you about 10 times. So just so you kind of see how circular, how consistent this app is, know that. You can go to the library, grab it, and get to the exact same options of if you record a brand new video there.
Yep.
The one other thing that is just a question we get a lot, Matt, if you wouldn't mind hopping back in and actually recording a video and just let it go recording for a second here. We get questions a lot about the options at the bottom of the screen while people are recording. This is not new to this app, but these are things that we always like to just reiterate and answer for people. There is the stop button right in the middle. That's going to be, I'm done with the video. I want it to be over, stop it, and I'm going to move on to sending. However, there is also some options in our video recorder that you don't have native on your phone in just your normal camera. So one of those is that pause button on the left there. What does that allow you to do? Well, it allows you to pause it, right? So you can actually start recording a video, pause it, maybe move to a different location if you're doing like a home walkthrough, or we work with a lot of auto clients. If you're doing a car walk around and you want to go from the outside to the inside, right? Different things like that. You can pause it, and then you can see that record button starts again at the bottom. So whenever you're ready to start recording again, you hit that record button and it picks up right at the end of the last clip that you were recording. So we'll seamlessly sew those together so it just jumps from one clip to the next. The other option that I want to show you is in the bottom right. Now, you're probably familiar with this logo. It's the little camera with the arrows inside. You do have the option to switch which camera you're using on your phone in the middle of a video. So Matt can start recording himself and then flip it to now he's looking, oh my gosh, look at that. Into the Matrix now, I think. And then he can flip it back. That just gives you a lot more flexibility than what you have with the native camera on your phone. So, and then as soon as you're done, you'll hit the stop button in the middle. That's going to take you back to that screen we showed you of all the different ways to deliver it. So just wanted to talk about that because those are some things that we do get questions about even from the last app of what are the editing possibilities and what can I do? Well, there you go. Pause, flipping camera. Those are the functionalities we'll give you. So it's if you want to change some things up and do some things different there.
So the last thing we're going to talk about here on the new app is the keyboard functionality, and then we're going to talk about some gear. But before I do that, I just want to remind you guys, currently at the moment, we have 135 open unanswered questions in the Q&A box, and people are throwing questions into the chat as well. So again, we are going to do our best at the end of the gear talk to answer as many questions as we can. Please know it is literally impossible for us to answer 135 questions on this session. So we are going to do our best. I'm not saying stop submitting questions. I'm saying if you don't get your question answered, I'm sorry, we're doing the best we can. We've got over 1,000 people on the webinar. So we're going to keep rolling through. After Matt talks about gear, we are going to jump into these questions, so you're not being ignored. Michelle and Alexa are doing a great job answering some of these questions on the fly and in chat. But again, if you really want your question answered, it is going to be better served in the Q&A box than in that chat window. I just saw someone in chat say that's a huge spoon. Why, thank you. I have a spoon and a fork, and they were hanging in my grandmother's kitchen. They're from the 50s. They're
that's awesome.
Yeah. So, Kevin, do you want to talk about this keyboard?
Yes, I'm really excited about this. So this is something that we've been working on for a long time, and especially for those of you using the Inbox app, if we've got any of you that were really familiar with that, this is going to be a big win, but this is a huge win for getting video in more places. Just like that share button, this is going to start to bring BombBomb into the apps that you're already using and loving. So Matt, if you have the ability, would you mind sharing your phone one more time for us?
Yep.
We're making Matt work hard today. He thought he was talk about gear.
I thought I was just talking about gear.
Signed up for, right? So what's neat about this, you guys, is like I said, so any app, Facebook, LinkedIn, social media, your text messaging, anything where you have a keyboard actually pop up on your phone, we're now going to have BombBomb in there, and we're going to give you the ability to grab some videos. So Matt, now that you're in the BombBomb app, this is perfect because I want to show you guys where you can choose this and select it. So in the bottom left corner, there's the little settings icon for your BombBomb account. Now you can see most of those are normal, right? The save videos to device, push notifications, those are settings we've had for a really long time. But right below that, you have keyboard instructions. Would you mind selecting that? It's going to look a little different for Matt because he's already set it up in his account. But what I want you to know is this is going to walk you through the exact steps you have to do to set it up. So you'll see it. It shows you the steps there. And then there's a button at the bottom that says Enable BombBomb Keyboard. It's very, very easy. When you click on that, it'll take you into the exact spot in your phone that you need to set it up. And you can click on keyboards there. I think, is that where it's at, Matt? If I remember right. Yep. And it brings up BombBomb, and then all you have to do is turn that on. That's it. So what's really cool about this is now I'm going to have Matt, you can hop into any other app you want, Matt, maybe just your text messaging or something that you use a lot. When you go into it, if you pull up the app there, you can see at the bottom, there's the 1, 2, 3 option, and then there's a little kind of emoji option. Now, every phone's going to be a little bit different on this. For me, when I pull mine up, just because I think I have a little bit older version of iOS on my phone, I've actually got like a little, it almost looks like a globe, if that makes sense. It's kind of a circle with some lines through it and those sort of things. But for Matt, I think if he just clicks and holds on the emoji option, is that one working for you, Matt? There you go.
No, I found it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's the same for me. It's the globe, and then it brings up a bunch of different keyboard options, and I just selected BombBomb.
Perfect. So if he selects BombBomb there, it's going to switch this keyboard from the ABC, you know, the QWERTY keyboard that you're seeing there, to an actual BombBomb keyboard.
Woohoo!
This is really great. So immediately what you see is your video library. So any video that you've got recorded. So this is awesome. If you're replying to text messages, if you're in Facebook and you've got a new lead response, if you are, I know I've got some people that own a brick and mortar clothing shop here, and they like to send a video with their orders. They have kind of a universal video that they'll text to people with an order that comes in. However you use that, however you respond, this gives you those videos directly in your text messaging, directly in your Facebook, those sort of things. The other option you can see next to where it says BombBomb, so right above his video, there is a record button there. Right now, as of right now, when you click record, it's going to give you the option to go into the BombBomb app, record your video, and then you'll just choose share or text or whichever, you know, whatever app you're in that you want to go back to, you'll choose that option and it will bring you back in. You know us, you know how BombBomb works. We don't just stop when we release something, right? So these are the kind of things that we're going to continue to working on in developing this keyboard, but having this and giving you this access in all of these different apps is going to just open up using video seamlessly wherever you're at. So Matt, if you want to, you can even just click insert link on one of those just to show them how it looks. What you're going to see is it's going to look really similar to when he chose that texting option before, right? I'd like to share a video with you. You can change that. I saw some questions earlier about I do voice texting all the time. That's fine. Go ahead and pull the link in, maybe erase that sentence that we have, and then click your voice texting option to fill in the rest. You totally have that flexibility if that's how you like to work as well. So that's how you add the keyboard in, is you go into your BombBomb app, go to settings, and then enable keyboard, and then it'll walk you through the steps from there. And then when you need to access it, you're going to look for that little globe logo, but it'll walk you through those steps as well. Anything that you wanted to add to that at all, Alicia?
Nope. Other than if we've got any of our mobile app developers hanging out on the webinar, because I think some of them were, you're getting love in chat. I saw that the keyboard is the best thing since BombBomb. I see that this changes the game. So good job, developers. You're getting some love in there.
And you know what we can do as well? You guys are going to get a recording of all of this. So if you missed any parts of those steps or anything like that, you'll get the recording emailed to you after this webinar is done. So you'll be able to walk through those steps again. So know that if you missed a piece or if you weren't sure, we'll send that to you so you don't miss any of those sort of things. So,
all right. So we went over the new app pretty exhaustively. I hope that you guys are excited about some of the functionality in there, but Kevin and Matt are going to take us through, or Matt specifically, some of the mobile gear that you can add on to your phone to make a more compelling video. Now, I want to preface this by saying you do not have to go buy any of this. Do not let the gear we're about to show you create a hurdle to you creating video. I did an interview with one of our video influencers several months ago, and I asked, what's the one thing that you wish you knew sooner with BombBomb? And his answer was that he wished that he didn't think he had to get all of this complicated gear before he started recording videos, that he wished he had just started recording. So the gear we are about to show you is a wonderful add-on to your mobile setup, but it is not required. You can do just as good of a job just using your phone the way it is. So I'm going to turn it over to you guys.
you're going to get really sick of us telling them not to buy things, Alicia. Go buy all this great stuff we're showing you, right? I'm actually not going to share my screen here, Matt, because I want when you start talking for it to be a big picture so they can see the things that you're talking about. But why don't we just start breaking it down kind of section by section? So first and foremost, microphones, right? We get questions all the time about sound, about how do I make sure I'm getting the best sound and quality and those sort of things. Why don't you run us through maybe one or two different options of microphones that you use that have worked really well for you on your phone?
Yeah, so I really like the Shure mic. This is the MV88. Comes in this little protective case, but this is what it looks like here. I think you can see it here. I'll take the windscreen off.
Oh yeah.
Better look. But it's a really tiny mic, and I like the iPhone version. There's an Android version too that requires a little bit different setup, but with the iPhone, you just plug it right in here, and then you got a better mic.
And it's that easy. Do you have to go through like a whole
Yeah.
setup process, or is it literally plug it in and start going?
Yeah, you might have to take off your case to get it to hold in there better. But yeah, you just plug it in and you're all set.
That's awesome. So it's
Yep.
easy, and you feel like that provides really good sound quality.
It's definitely, yeah, you definitely get a bump in sound quality. I mean, the built-in microphone on the iPhone is pretty good, especially on the newer models. But yeah, this is a whole different level. So, and you can also adjust it and redirect it. But if you're shooting a BombBomb video, you'll definitely get a little bit better sound quality with the mic plugged in.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the MV88.
Yeah, and a good question while you're talking about microphones, what would be something that you're listening for on your videos where you would consider getting an outside microphone? Like what are things that would make you go, oh, that's worth spending the money for me right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're shooting a lot of videos on your phone in a noisy environment, it definitely helps because this focuses the sound more just toward you, whereas the built-in microphone it captures a little bit more of the surrounding.
Okay.
So it's more focused just on your voice. So you get a nice recording of your voice.
Awesome. Now, I know for myself personally, I have not gone out and bought anything fancy for my phone. I've got AirPods, I've got my headphones. I'll use those, and I've definitely noticed a bump in the quality if I'm in a windy environment or if I'm out and about. Is that something that you recommend as well?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes all you need is some earbuds, and these are great because they have the microphone right here.
Mm-hmm.
So you plug these in and you have a microphone that's sitting right next to your mouth here, picking up much better audio than if you're holding your phone, a few feet away.
Awesome.
So, I mean, and these are easy. Your phones come with headsets and most of them have decent mics built into them. So just using that, you'll see, an audio improvement in your recording.
So again, this goes back to what Alicia said. Use what you have first, right? Before you go out and spend money on fancy equipment and fancy mics and those sort of things, try to use what you have. Anjali, thank you. I see he's actually posting in the Q&A the links to the one that Matt just talked about. So it's the Shure, SHURE MV88.
Yep.
And it's super easy. Looks like pretty easy to set up. Did you have any other microphones that you wanted to talk about specifically?
There's, excuse me, there's this one. It's a Rode mic. It's called, excuse me, I'm losing my voice already.
No, it's because we made you work harder than you expected today.
It's dry this time of year in Colorado too. Anyway, so yeah, this is a Rode mic. It's called the Video Micro. And for the iPhone, you'll need an adapter to plug it in here, the dongle. Most of the iPhones come with that. And you'll also need a phone mount, so you can plug it into the top of your phone mount and then plug it into your phone. And this is really great. It's more like a boom mic, so it's highly focused. So you'll definitely see an audio improvement there. It won't pick up too much of the surrounding sound.
So it sounds like that's kind of the overall theme, right? Is look at microphones if you're picking up a lot of external noise. If you're in a noisy environment, whatever that is, that's when these really come into play because they focus on you more, yeah?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, so we got the Shure mic and the Video Micro by Rode. Both solid options for your phone.
Awesome. Now, I know one thing that you've played with a lot and is something that I think is a really fun toy to play with is the DJI Osmo. So a stabilizer for your phone. We hear that a lot as people are walking around going, oh, I feel like my video is moving a lot. Talk through that a little bit and what those provide and how those help.
Yeah, these are, there's a lot of great gimbal options. I think the top two right now are DJI. This is the Osmo Mobile 1 and the Osmo Mobile 2. There's the Osmo Mobile 3 out now, which is even more compact. You can like fold it up and, it's it's more portable. Zhiyun also makes a pretty good mobile gimbal, which is a little less expensive. I think the Osmo 3 now is 120. The Zhiyun, it's called the Zhiyun Smooth. I think it's right at $100 right now. Also a great option, pretty compact. But basically what they do is that a gimbal just removes all the jitter from your video. So you just pop in your phone here, turn it on, and that's pretty much all you have to do. Like I mean, if anyone's used like a DSLR gimbal, it's a little trickier where you have to balance it. With these, it's pretty much like, plug and play, throw it in there and it's ready to go. And then there's different options where you can use selfie mode where it's recording your face, and then you can switch it around to show where your environment. And there's so much, like you can program them now. There's so much you can do with these phone gimbals. So yeah, and at $100, $120, great price point for this kind of technology. And so if you're doing a lot of walk and talk videos, a gimbal's a great option just because it'll, eliminate any kind of bumps and jitters from your recording.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's exactly the point of why to look into these. If you're doing a lot of moving videos, right? If you're moving, if you're walking, if that's your bread and butter, you love it. This just smooths that whole thing out, right? So there aren't the step bumps, those sort of things. It looks really like you're watching a movie, right? Like a Steadicam kind of thing. It's the
same idea. It's a tiny Steadicam. Yeah, it's great. And like some of the new ones, you can actually set it up on a tripod. I think the Osmo Mobile 2 and 3, you can actually set it up on your tripod. Cool. And they have software that tracks you. So if you're in a room and you're just recording yourself, you can move around and it'll automatically track your movement. So, I mean, there's so much you can do with this stuff now. It's a lot of fun.
So one of the questions we get to, especially when it comes to phones and those sort of things, is I feel like the phone's really close to my face, right? Like I don't want a video where I'm like this the whole time. What do you think about, do you have tripods that you recommend? Do you have selfie sticks? What about in that kind of vein? Are there some things that you've used that have helped you with that?
Yeah, I have my selfie stick. Where did I put it? Yeah, selfie sticks are a great option. I think everyone should have a selfie stick because they're only $10 on Amazon. And they actually have selfie sticks now that also have a tripod at the base. Those are like $20. So you can prop that up on a table, create a little bit more distance. But yeah, I mean, selfie sticks are, a no-brainer purchase. And that'll definitely give you a little more space where it's more of like, chest up versus just like, shoulders and head. But there's also great options. Like I like this. So this is a phone mount I got on Amazon for like $5. And this is a mini Gorillapod. And I like this because it's, easy to grip. It creates enough distance where, I really don't feel like I need like the full 5 feet of selfie. And then you get, so this is all, like for me, this is all I need for shooting a video. I pop my phone into the phone mount and then I just hold the Gorillapod. And it's also nice because you can transition and hold it, you can turn it into a little tripod and prop it up on your desk. So you got some options with this. I think this Gorillapod is only $20. So, about the same price as a selfie stick. Okay. I also like the Switch pod here. This is a cool one. I actually, for shooting on my phone, I like this better than even the mini Gorillapod. This is $100 though, a little more expensive. But it's cool because you got a nice grip here. It just feels better in your hand. It's the same thing. You have to put your phone mount on top here. It just screws in, super easy. But it's cool because it also turns into a tripod. So you can actually, like mid-recording, easily go from handheld to tripod mode, prop it down on your desk or your table and then finish recording your video. You can use both your hands, because you're not holding anything. Yeah. So I really like this, the Switch pod. Fairly new. I think it's been out for about a year. But yeah, a little bit, obviously a little bit more than a selfie stick. I think everyone should have a selfie stick or two, like just keep one in your car. Mm-hmm. So when you're on the go, you want to record a quick video, you have it in your glove compartment. But yeah, there's a lot of cool selfie sticks too that have built-in tripods, which is super handy.
Cool. Yeah, I love that idea of just leave it in your car. I think that's such good advice because it's how many times you get out to do something and you're like, oh, it's at home in my office, right?
Yeah, I'm all about that. If there's like a product that's $10 or less, buy 3 of them and keep one in your office, one in your car, one, in your home so that it's always there.
Yeah, I remember you let me borrow that that switch pod, the one that opens up from the thing. And I was trying to be all cool and smooth and flip it open and put it on a desk. And I would have loved to see the bloopers, the behind the scenes of me
It's
trying to
still
do
practice.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Eventually.
You got it down. Yeah, you got it down. You're good. Awesome. So again, to reiterate, you don't have to buy any of these things. These are all helpful things. So I know the one thing we want to talk about as well is lighting. That's something that we get questions about regardless of where you're shooting. But say you're in a spot, are there any mobile things that work with your phone for lighting that you really like?
Yeah, these are about 15 bucks on Amazon, and it's a little like LED ring light. And it's, you know, super simple. You literally just attach it to your phone here.
Oh, cool.
It's got an opening for your camera, and here, and it provides, you know, enough light. It's not huge, but it's enough light that if you're like in a dark environment or like at night or after sunset, it's enough where you can still clearly see your face and you're not struggling to, you know, find some source of light or a lamp that's not really getting the job done. So I highly recommend these. Just type in phone ring light. There's a bunch of different brands. They're all basically the same. I think this one was like $13 on Amazon. But yeah, really cool, easy device. Another thing that, you know, buy like 3 of these, keep one in your car, one at your office, one at your home. And, you know, it's just nice. Even just indoors, sometimes, you know, if it's a cloudy day or you're inside and there's not enough, you know, natural light, having that extra light with one of these things can make it, you know, a significant difference in your video quality.
Oh yeah, I have a ring light that I'm actually using at my home office, and I'll even show you. Look at the difference. I mean, that's me with just my room lighting, and that's with the ring light on. I mean, it makes a world of difference for shooting and stuff. And that's just because I have windows in weird positions in my room, right? So yeah, I think lighting is awesome. And I mean, those mobile ring lights are running what, 15 bucks? You know, you don't need to go break the bank for them by any means.
Yeah, I mean, this is another selfie stick, no-brainer purchase, ring light, no-brainer purchase. You know, they're cheap and easy. And this one's cool. It actually has 3 settings. So you can choose like, you know, just a little bit of a nice little glow, or, you know, blast your face with a little extra light if you're in a really dark space.
That's awesome.
So it's nice to have that option.
You know, and one thing we'll do for you guys, because I've seen a lot of chats, a lot of Q&As coming in about, hey, can we repeat the microphone? Can we repeat what he said there? We'll include that stuff in the email that we send to you guys so that you have access to look up those sort of things. The things that we've talked about range anywhere from literally $10 up to 120, 150 bucks, depending on what you're wanting to do. So,
I think the Shure mic's around 120, 150.
Okay.
The Rode mic is only, I think this is only 60 bucks. You'll need to get like an adapter for it, so there'll be some additional stuff, but all of this is under like 150.
That's awesome. So we'll send you those sort of things so you have to use them. Again, I only want you to go buy these if it's going to help you record more video, right? We don't want it to create hurdles. We don't want you to think your videos have to be perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Some of the best videos and best responded to videos I've ever sent were ones where I was a mess in the video, right? And I just kept it in. I kept that honesty. I kept that realness, you know, my humanity in there. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here because I want to show you guys that example that I promised I was going to send to you. So this is Gia. She's a real estate agent. She's doing that kind of walk and talk video that I wanted to talk to you guys about. And then I do want to leave a few minutes for answering questions because I know we've got a lot. So we wanted 177.
I've got a lot of questions that we're going to answer. So I've been going through while they were talking about gear and flagging some of them. So we're going to go ahead and show this example so that you can see a great mobile example. And then I'm going to dive in and start answering some of these questions. Again, please have grace on us. There is 178 open questions right now. There's no way that we can answer all of them, but we're going to get through some of the ones, especially the themes I've seen over and over again.
That's great. Yeah, I'm glad you've had a little bit of time to look through that, Alicia. So take a look at this, you guys. She does a great job with just walking and talking, looking at the camera, being real. You can see she's just kind of going selfie mode on it. There's not a lot of additional pieces, but it's such a great way. She's doing a checking in video during this COVID pandemic. So honest, so real, so raw. So take a look at this as a great example of just using your mobile app.
Hi guys, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm thinking of you. I just wanted to send you a video. I'm literally just taking a quick walk because I've been inside all day. And it's a really beautiful day, but I'm wishing you that you're healthy, that you're safe. I'd love to know how you're doing during these crazy, crazy times. And if there's anything I can do, whether it's a toilet paper run or any of that, I'm still working, of course, in a very safe and responsible way.
So she goes into just talking about her business.
Q&A blocks blocking. You've got your Q&A blocks blocking the block.
Oh my gosh, am I showing my wrong screen? Did I show the wrong one? Gosh, look at me. We're just all over the place today. Here's the one I meant to show. There, does that look a little bit better?
There we go.
All right. I, of course, didn't even see the chapter. I'll even just play the beginning of it again, just so you guys get a little bit of a glimpse of it. Sorry about that.
Hi guys, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm thinking of you. I just wanted to send you a video. I'm literally just taking a quick walk because I've been inside all day. And it's a really beautiful day, but I'm wishing you that you're healthy, that you're safe. I'd love to know how you're doing during these crazy, crazy times. And if there's anything I can do, whether it's a toilet paper run or any of that, I'm still working, of course, in a very safe and responsible way.
I just love how real she is, right? What can I help with? She's honest. You can even pick up some of that background noise. You can hear the cars driving by. That's okay, right? It's not distracting from her message. So that really but just backs up what we were saying of it doesn't have to be perfect, right? She's real, she's honest. It's so sincere. People are going to remember that. They're going to remember that you're reaching out to care. So just a great example of that.
Well, and to piggyback off of that, and then we're going to jump into these questions if you want to take the screen share off, Kevin, is I saw someone in chat just say, like, I love how real you guys are. Because, I had to feed a dog that was starting to bark so that I could speak again. Kevin shared the wrong screen. I told him, listen, your humanity is part of why BombBomb is so effective. I cannot reiterate this enough to you. Our clients tell us over and over and over and over again that the videos that they just sent that wasn't perfect, where there was a dog barking in the background, or where they flubbed over their words, or, their kid popped into the video and waved. These videos are just as effective because it's human and because that matters. People like to see someone that they can connect with that's being a human being. All right. Whew.
All right, you ready to tackle this, Alicia?
So, like I said, please bear with us. There are now 179 open questions. I just went through and highlighted some of them. We're going to do the best we can. We're going to answer questions for a handful of minutes with a reasonable amount of time. And then we're going to send you on your way and send you as many resources as we can to help you with that. And, while I'm going through these questions, Michelle and Alexa, if you can throw our support site into the chat there, so that if you have technical questions, specific to product or BombBomb, the new app, and all of that, you can go to our support site. You can search for things topically. You can chat with our support team, and we're going to get you the help you need. Okay. So there's a question about the CTAs being available on mobile. They are currently not available on mobile. I don't know what the timeline looks like for making them available on mobile, but currently we can only do so many things at one time. So we're going to keep rocking with keeping this new mobile app updated and making it better and better. And hopefully those call to actions are going to be something that we can add on mobile in the future. I've seen a couple questions about the naming of the video. So when you name a video in your BombBomb app or in the BombBomb web platform, that is not visible to the person that you are sending it to. The name of that video is only specific to you. So for example, if you have a website request autoresponder video, you can name it website request autoresponder. The person is never going to see the name of that video. What they're going to see is the subject line. Okay, so great question there. I've had a lot of questions. I've seen a lot of questions show up here in chat about tracking and tracking on text and tracking Gmail and Outlook. And I don't want to give BombBomb permission to see all my emails and things like that. So I'm just going to kind of try and cover all of these questions about tracking in one go here, okay? So first of all, the tracking on mobile. We cannot track mobile tracking the same way we can, or sorry, text tracking, the same way that we can when you've sent an email. Just because of the way email works is very different than text messages. We can drop a tracking pixel into an email that when that email starts to load, pings that that email was opened. We cannot do the same thing on texting. However, on the new mobile app, if you go to your video library and click on a video that you've sent over text, there is going to be an icon up in the top left-hand corner that says how many times that video was viewed. So if you know that you texted that video, you can go check it out from your mobile and you can see that there is a view there. That's going to help you have that kind of indication that yes, they did watch the video. But currently, our hands are tied by the way that text messages work differently than email function. Now, one of the other questions that I saw a lot there in chat is about seeing multiple opens on an email, okay? So you can have false opens on an email, and that is different than a play, because the way that tracking pixel works, if their inbox is an inbox that starts to load those emails before they click on it so that it makes it faster when you click on it, then if that tracking pixel starts to load because their inbox is starting to load that email, on our side that counts as an open, right? There's nothing we can do about it. The tracking pixel got hit, it counts as an open. So if you see that someone opened your email 27 times, that's a pretty good indication that their inbox is loading a preview of that email every time they open up their inbox, okay? Now, once it gets pushed down below that one screen, you're going to stop getting those. So you can see false opens. However, for someone to press play, you're not going to get a false play. If you see that they played your video 4 times, they did, in fact, actually play your video 4 times. Now, some other stuff around the permissions and the tracking for email. If you are using our Gmail or our Outlook extension, you can either turn tracking on, and we will track everything that is sent, or if you turn tracking off, you can turn that option on for specific emails. So if you don't want your tracking on for Gmail, you can turn it off, but just turn it on for specific ones. But I would encourage you to leave your tracking on, okay? It is 2020. It is a benefit to your business to know when people are actually opening up your emails, even if it doesn't have a video in it. Now, if what you're finding frustrating is all of those notifications popping up on your phone, then simply turn off your push notifications. And you're gonna do that right from in your app. When you open up your app and you have that little gear icon down at the bottom left where Matt showed you how to turn on the keyboard, that's where you control your push notifications, okay? If you do not want those notifications flashing up on your phone every time someone opens an email, just turn off the push notifications on your phone, but you can still go to your tracking page and actually see the tracking thing. Okay, last thing I want to say on permissions there. When you see something like for the BombBomb keyboard or on Gmail tracking that says that BombBomb can read all of your emails or see all of your messages, these are pretty standard permissions that have to be accessed to use the functionality. If you are using GIF keyboard or Bitmoji or any of these, you have actually enabled the exact same permissions. I just want to let you know, we cannot actually read your text messages. We cannot see your emails. I promise you that when you turn on that Gmail permission thing and it says, do you want to do this? They can read and change your email. We cannot actually physically see your email or change things. It has to do with the access that you're granting to that, okay? We have both SOC 1 and SOC 2 security compliance. We've actually never had a data breach where customers' information was compromised. We do a lot of work with major mortgage companies and financial services. Our security permissions and certificates and all of that are up to date and compliant. So I just want to put you at ease there. Those are really standard permissions that you have probably already enabled to a lot of other people and a lot of other companies, okay?
Yeah, and on that too, Alicia, two things real quick. Those Gmail, especially that's what comes up a lot. Those are Gmail permissions. Those are not us trying to be like, ooh, what information can we get? That's literally just what they require for us to work in their system. So just know that. I think it's kind of comforting to know, okay, that it's not BombBomb trying to be nosy.
Yeah, exactly.
The other thing about the tracking I want to touch on real fast is we've started doing, this is good for you guys to know, every Tuesday at 10 o'clock, we're doing tech tips on Facebook. We're doing Facebook Lives. Yesterday's was all about tracking. We answered some frequently asked questions about tracking. I brought on Keith, who's one of our senior care reps, and just talked about that for 30 minutes. So if you have additional questions about that, hop onto our Facebook. You'll see it there, and we answer some deeper stuff. There are two things, kind of consistent themes I saw in the Q&A. Did you want to answer anything else? I know we're a couple minutes over already, but did you have anything else?
A couple I was going through, but feel free to jump in with a couple.
Okay, so one of them that I've heard time and time again from a couple people is the pause and restart and the horizontal aspect of recording on mobile. When I talked with our mobile developers, they said they recorded, but then all of a sudden the video was like sideways, right? It didn't actually flip. The key to that is make sure you flip your phones to the landscape before you hit the record button. So don't hit record and then flip it to that confuses the system. It kind of locks it into place. So that's one way to avoid that completely where you won't have an issue. Flip it, then hit record, and then you'll be fine with that. The other thing is I've had a couple people say, well, wait a second, after I restarted from the pause, it didn't give me the countdown again. It won't. It's not designed to do it that way. So that's good to know. It will count down at the very beginning of the video. Once you pause it and go to restart, it's going to start as soon as you click that record button again. So be aware of that as you jump back into the recordings.
Yeah.
All right. Hop back in, Alicia.
What about the flipping was one of the ones that, and the pause was, I definitely had flagged. So I've seen a couple questions about changing the default message for the I recorded a video for you. There is no way to change that as a default currently for you. That's what we autofill. But hey, that might be a great suggestion. If you email support@bombbomb.com as a feature request, we do track our customer feature requests. That's not a guarantee it's going to happen. That's not a, hey, I submitted a feature request a week ago. How come this isn't available? This is we listen to our customers and we want to make it more user friendly. So it's not currently available to change it as a default for you. Personally, you do still have to change it every time. All right, the horizontal versus vertical. I'm going to try and be really, really clear on this one, okay? So if you are recording a video for email, we are always going to encourage you to turn your phone to landscape for horizontal. This is the way videos are meant to be recorded, okay? This is how it fits in the screen so that when they open up their email, regardless of whether they are on mobile or not, when they open up their email, it's going to display correctly. They're not gonna have to scroll to see the whole video. Now, if you are texting the video, you can do it in landscape or in portrait. It isn't gonna make that big of a difference, okay? It's not gonna cause a problem, just as it's not gonna cause a problem if you do it the other way for email. It's just that for video, email, it is always going to fit their screen best if you record in landscape. This is my rule of thumb to kind of help you make this distinction, okay? The only time that you should really be focused on recording a video like this in portrait is if it is for Instagram stories, IGTV, or Facebook stories. That's it, okay? If that is a helpful way for you to remember, then do that. Again, is it the end of the world if you record a video like this? Nah, but best practice is always, always turn it to the side, record it horizontal, okay? Let's see here. Oh, this is a good one that I did want to answer. How is texting a video from BombBomb different or better than just shooting a video on the phone and sending it? And I also saw this in chat about when I try and text a video, I only get 20 seconds. If I do it with BombBomb, will I get more? Yes. So video files are massive, okay? This is why BombBomb exists. Because if it was super easy to just send videos to people, you wouldn't need BombBomb. So when you're texting a video, you are going to run into that. If you're just trying to do it on your phone, you are going to run into that file size issue where you only get about 20 or 30 seconds, then it's going to tell you the file's too big and you got to trim it. If you're doing it with BombBomb, you don't have to worry about that. You can record the video however long you want, and you can send it. You don't have to worry about file size. But some of the other things there are, number one, you will see video plays so that you know if they actually played it there as a text message. You also have the opportunity to use that video over and over again. It'll save in your video library so that if you did send a video answering a quick question or something like that over text, that video is going to be in your video library so that you can use it over and over and over again. And the videos that you record in BombBomb don't have to take up space on your phone, okay? You can turn on a setting in your mobile settings that will automatically store all those videos on your phone, but you also can turn that off so they will always be stored in your BombBomb video library. All right, I'm just gonna scroll through here and see.
Yeah, I'll answer one as you're scrolling too, Alicia. I've seen a couple of people asking about my keyboard's not showing up, I can't find it. One of the things that I've learned, and I'm not gonna try to share my screen, is you may not see that globe option on your keyboard. In fact, Matt didn't see it on his when he pulled his phone up. It depends on what level of iOS you have. You may have the little smiley face for emoji. So if you do, click and hold on the emoji face or the globe, and that's gonna bring up, I don't know if you'll be able to see this at all, but the little option of the different keyboards that you've got right there. So I have BombBomb as one of my options. So look for either of those icons. If you don't see the globe, look for the little emoji face and click and hold on that, and that will pull up the menu. The other question that I've seen come up a handful of times is, we mentioned that you can send an email to a group of people through the mobile app. That's gonna be the lists that you create in your BombBomb account. So on the desktop, in your contacts tab, when you create different lists of people and have them all organized and have them all categorized in there, when you're in the to section, so say I choose to email with BombBomb on my mobile app or email with a BombBomb template, in the to section, instead of typing in an email address, I'm gonna type in the name of that list. So I even just tried it on my phone. It worked like a charm for me. I see a finger up though, Alicia.
I had on my phone and it did not give me a list option. So I think we found a glitch, which is all right.
So you typed in the name of one of your lists and it didn't pull anything up?
It didn't pull anything up. So okay. I will try it again, but if you are having difficulty with that, know that I saw the exact same thing. So
I'll keep looking into that then.
Lists. If it's not pulling up your lists again, please just submit a ticket so that we know whether this is big or not. So you don't need to call our phone lines, but you just go ahead and send an email to support@bombbomb.com and let us know that on your mobile app you're not seeing your lists, okay? So where did I go? I think I lost, I had two more questions I wanted to answer. Let's see if I can.
We got down to about 130 questions, so we're chunking away a little bit.
So there was a question about a pre-recorded video from your phone being uploaded into mobile, and we forgot to cover this, but yes, when you open up your mobile app, it's gonna automatically be on that record screen, and then you've got that play button that pulls up your video library. When you hit that play button and it pulls up your video library, there is a plus option. It's kind of
the plus option at the top. I know it doesn't look great, but
if you click on that plus button, that's going to give you the option to upload a video into your mobile app. All right, guys, we are at 12 minutes after the hour. We really appreciate you guys hanging in there. We still have half of our audience still hanging in there.
That's pretty incredible, yeah.
Guys,
thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So appreciate you. We hope you're excited about the mobile app. Our goal is always to make it easier and faster for you to get face-to-face with more people. It's not that, you know, this new mobile app is so great it's going to change your business. It always comes back to you. You are the secret sauce of your business. You are why people choose to work with you. And we believe in you. So if you can get face-to-face with more people more often, we know it is going to help your business. It's going to help you be a better teacher. It's going to help you be a better leader if you can get face-to-face with your people. So that's what this is all about. We hope that you are excited about our new app and some gear.
We are.
We are. Listen, I'm excited. I'm excited for some of those glitchy things with the re-record. That just changed my life.
Yeah, it's amazing the little things, right? Yeah.
Like we said, we're going to send out some of the links to the gear in the follow-up. Please know we do not profit from this. This is not a, you know, we don't get kickbacks or anything like that. This is just gear that we have found to be helpful. So you can check that out. If we did not get to your question, I am so sorry. I understand. Between the answered questions and the open questions, it looks like Michelle and Alexa answered 215 questions. Girls, thank you. And still have 123 open. So we didn't get to them all, but we appreciate your time. We're going to do our best to include any of those things that we thought were really thematic in our follow-up email. But guys, have a great rest of your week. Matt, thank you for being here.
Matt, you rock.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was fun.
And everybody, get in the mobile app and play with it. There really is no better way to learn something like that than to just start clicking around and recording some fun videos for yourself. I think it's really intuitive. You'll learn it pretty quickly, but hopefully this gave you some stuff. We'll send you the recording of this so you can watch it back, see any of the questions we answered, see any of the stuff we talked through. I've seen a bunch of tech questions about your computer, your desktop as well. Alicia and Matt did a webinar about 2 weeks ago specifically on that. So go to bombbomb.com/webinars and you can look up all of that information, rewatch that webinar as well. So thank you, everybody. We're 15 minutes over. Take it away.
More.
Yeah.
Got to announce the winner. The girls did it in chat.
Oh, yes.
But Pam Ostrowski is the winner of our Logitech giveaway. We gave away a Logitech webcam for someone that registered today. So we did the drawing. Pam Ostrowski is the winner. Thank you for showing up today, you guys. Have an awesome rest of your week. We'll see you on the next one.
Have a great Wednesday.
See you guys.